All right, welcome to the latest installment of the Contributor Technical Discussions. Today's demo section is starting with Teritori and their demo of the DAOkit and the ecosystem.
Hey
Take it away,
guys,
boys.
hey all. So basically today we'll have a kind of cross-product demonstration and it's basically focus on DAOkit. So we'll have Norman, Michael, and maybe others team members that will present each step. And I can put in the chat the links for all resources for this demo. And let's start with Norman. You ready, Norman?
Yep. Hello. I'm going to share my screen. So the first thing we want to show you is that on the Gnolove site, we added a link GitHub account feature that will link your GitHub account to your test5 chain address. Zuma should share you the link and you can try it as but you don't have to, but you will show up later in the demo if you do. You can do it either with Adena or the CLI. So I did it with Adena. It asked me for GitHub authorization, and now I have to approve. It also imports my profile from GitHub. I approve this. So this uses a fork of GH-verify, and which uses Gnorkel, the Oracle package that's already on the Gno master branch. So now we can see on test5 that my GitHub account is linked. Or should be. Oh yeah, now this is my GitHub login, and this is my address in Adena. So the next thing we want to show is the DAOkit, which is the core of our recent work. So for example, I can show you this DAO, but I will let Michael go more into it.
Okay, so I will share my screen too. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, nice. So as Norman said before, we developed our own framework to build any kind of DAO. So this is like a low-fee drawing about how it interacts. The first important thing is DAO condition package. That is a package that allows us to create condition. We'll go more in details after, but it's about defining rules and requirements for our proposals. Then we have the core of the DAO, so DAOkit package that import DAOcon, where it will link, when you create a DAO, a condition to a resource. A resource is an action that a DAO can do through proposal. For example, you can have a resource that will be publish a post on social feed or social media, and it could require one community manager vote and 25% of members. Then we have the base DAO package that extend DAOkit by adding the member store, so with the role management. And base DAO is a package we communicate to create the DAO. So let's see the code. So here is a condition package. The main thing is we have two types, a condition and the state. A condition is stateless. And for example, you can have a condition for a publish a post, like I said before. And each time you will do a proposal for this, you will create a new state. So like a condition is like a factory of state, kinda. And you can evaluate from the vote if the vote met the requirements of the condition. So for example, we have the most basic condition, that is a member threshold. So we take a threshold, a function to check if someone is a member, a function to count how many members there is in the organization. And from this, when we evaluate the condition, like the state of the condition, it will just check like if the yes vote are higher than the threshold. And after, you can create complex condition, like for example with AND, where you have a left and right condition, and both have to be true to be evaluated to true. So from this, you can create almost any kind of condition, a bit like in programming. To see this, for example, we implemented based on J specification for gov.DAO, a condition that will have so if I do just show you here, there is the specification about how the vote are handled and like the limit of voting power for each chair, everything. And we will just compute the power and evaluate from the yes vote and the roles of the people, like you pass a function to check the role of a member and everything. Then we have DAOkit, so this is the green thing that will be the core of the package. And the main thing about this is that it will link the condition like with a message handler, and this become a resource. And the message handler is just the executor for the proposal. So, like for example, if to publish a post, we'll have the executor that will publish the post if the proposal is validated. And then base DAO is what we we use to create the DAO. So it import DAOkit and the core, but it add a member store that will be linked to a role manager to enter the role. We have the message link to the member store, like add a new member, remove member, add a new role, everything. And so from this is kind of one of the most basic DAO we can do with DAOkit. And so if we go on the configuration page, so here the condition is always 10% of members. So it's like basic condition. But if we look at the source to create the DAO. Hello?
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Okay. So we have the initial roles, initial members. From this, we can create the member stores. Then we come to create the DAO. And here we hard-coded a proposal first, but you can use make GX run to add a new proposal. So here it's the initial condition where we can see it's a member threshold with 10%. So this is everything for DAOkit. So now I will let Norman continue the demonstration.
Thanks. I'm sharing my screen again. Okay. So this is one kind of DAO we can do with DAOkit, and also we did as dog fooding first. We did an experiment, which is can we implement JSpec of the GovDAO with this framework? It was not the original intent of the framework, but it was a good exercise to see if it could work. So this is the GovDAO. People that have claimed earlier, for this is the GovDAO. This is not the GovDAO, but this is an implementation of the GovDAO based on Gnolove leaderboard. So you can see that the GitHub account have been seeded from the leaderboard. And when you claim on the Gnolove, which I showed earlier, it will like add you to the DAO. So if I see in the list of members here, this should be me. If I don't, oh no, didn't, oh sorry, the wrong version. No, it's not the wrong version. I think I've been added to the V1. Anyway, demo effect, my bad. But if you claim, you should be added here. And it's a configuration specific to GovDAO with add T1 member, add T2 members. with a special condition according to JSpec. It also supports the invitation system for T3 members. It's not fully implemented, but a good part of the way, which is a bit tricky because if you remove a member, his invitations are gone, so there's this cascading effects and stuff. But so we have a pretty close to working GovDAO implementation thanks to DAOkit. And one thing I can show you really quickly is how to make a new proposal. So I have this make takes run ready here that will make a new proposal on the GovDAO. But I think since I'm not a member, it might not work. Actually, yeah. So bad example. But if it were to work, it would appear in the proposal history here, which I can show for this one. So it will show here which member you would had, what kind of resource it is, the state, and everything. And so another thing we have, so this is all for the GovDAO. I'm sad that the demo couldn't go right because I couldn't claim it. That's life. We have worked on an app based on Teritori DApp, which is focused on Gno things we develop. So we have the feed, for example, the demo, the notes for the demo I use are from a feed post, which is a Gno post on Gno. We have organizations, which are the DAOs I just showed you. So we have the GovDAO, the core DAO. We can see the members. The DAO can post, so you could see post by the DAO, like official post of the DAO, which community manager, for example, role, a public relationship role could have a condition that he can solo post in for the DAO. We have user profile, we can see the organization someone is in. So we try to have a rich UI that is meant to access advanced configuration of the DAO. And so, for example, we can also see the proposal list, which links back to GNOWeb. We try to keep the GNOWeb render high quality, but also have those rich UIs. It also works with it links back to GNOscan also. So yeah, let me find my way. And for the last thing, I will let Zuma talk about it. Just one thing to show you is that this UI is cross-chain. So we have a development network on another project that Zuma will talk about, and we can see the organizations of this network also, and interact in the same way on the organization of this network. I'll let Zuma take it.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Thanks, Norman. We'll be very quick on this one. But basically, we on the side we try to build a project that is basically for our own needs, because we organize events in Paris for years, and the goal was to both for us kind of have dog fooding on real context. So basically create a kind of fork of meetup. And the thing is, for example, you can basically create an event for free in a few seconds. And what we are experimenting is to use DAOkit behind every event. So in the future, we could imagine that each organizers are DAOs, and progressively had more DAO-related features. And the goal for us is both to, of course, address our own needs, but also identify dev-rel or dev experience to issues to improve it. We can already use it, so we'll be glad to get feedback on this. Everything you can see is obviously available also on the web. and it's only like a V1 and even like alpha version, but we are open to any feedback, and yeah, we'll continue it on the side. It's also a good way for us to learn for Web2 developers which tools are missing, etc. Because it's Web2 developers from some code team that are working on it and are not experts on GNO, so they also feed us with great feedback for their experience. And that's all. Thank you.
Go ahead, Nemanja. Oh, thank you, Nemanja. So I did have one comment regarding the GovDAO term. So I assume the DAO implementation you're working on is general application, so anybody can use it to power their own DAO, correct?
Yes.
All right, because GovDAO is actually a special, it's a special status for a single DAO that's actually controlling the network. And it's something that we're currently building internally. And just in order to avoid any confusion, let's try and not use the term GovDAO, but stick to something more generic, just for the sake of clarity.
Yeah,
Sure. It's just a specialization. The name of the framework is DAOkit, and this was just one example, like an example GovDAO implementation, but we called it Gnolove.world actually in the code and everything.
All right, because I saw there were some references in the code to GovDAO, and most likely the DAO realms or DAO packages will interact with GovDAO in some way. So it might be just good practice to avoid using this specific term.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. That's only basically because we used JSpec, but it was for internal testing and test case. So yeah, I agree with that.
Thanks. Awesome demo, by the way. Any more questions, comments?
That's cool. I wondered if we can learn about this implementation. So I'll take a look at both, and we'll see. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Teritori team. Next up, it's Berty with the new UI for Gnokey Mobile.
Yuri, you take it away.
Yes. Hello there. We've been working with Alex on this new UI for Gnokey. He designed some possibilities, and we picked the one that we thought that would be not too hype or too new so much stuff on the UI, but it's in the middle of classical and revolutionary, let's say. And we started to design implemented those designs, and here we have a new set of UI components and also elements. We are now listing the keys, preference, and I think we already showed this in the past, but each key, we have a loop here that interact with the blockchains that we have here on our lists, and looking for checking if each key has coins on these blockchains. And also we have a loop that will check if the key has interacted or been used to register a realm. So basically we'll be able to display, to see here each interaction that this key made on any of those blockchains. We are this is the first loop of the iteration. We'll have more. So we'll have more demos soon. And for me, that's it. I don't know if Constant or Remy or Jeff want to say something.
Just maybe a question for everyone. Is this clear, guys? What the purpose is and what the features are, what the functionality is behind what Yuri is showing?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it would help if we could see the individual screenshots. I had a question, but I can't. The question is if there are any. How can what is the flow like in terms of adding a new chain? From a security point of view, how do we make sure that the user adds only chains that are secure? I imagine there will be a bunch of phishing attacks to, to add bad chains. I wonder if Gnokey is the place to throttle that. Maybe it can read from a whitelist or something and show that some things are official and some things are not, perhaps.
Good point. Do we have this official list somewhere already?
No, we don't, but I guess we could have one on GitHub. That would help.
Jay, just so clarification, we said we are thinking to just build the first iteration of the application of Gnokey Mobile with a main feature as we see them to satisfy the main use cases of users of it, and then add and improve the security part. So because we want, by having the initial version of the application, even without security, like a whitelist, like you say, which could be an option, just having the first version of the application without the security or without all the security elements would kickstart a conversation around it. So we would identify what needs to be done on security faster. If we just have a working app on test flight that we can share, use, test, sign, then we would add that security. Yeah.
Okay.
Jay, but you raised a good point. Maybe this lock, let's say the lock mechanism, would be implemented in Gnokey, not in Gnokey Mobile, because the app is using Gnokey under the line. But it will be interesting if we have this kind of secured mechanism implemented in Gnokey
In Gnokey and not mobile?
Yeah, mobile will benefit from that for free, right? If it's implemented in Gnokey, the mobile will just follow the rule.
I see. Yeah. I mean, it really just all it needs to be is like an exclamation point, right, on the chain or something like that. Well, also, I don't know. Gnokey is more of like I guess an expert tool in some sense, because you're presumably already a programmer. Right? Maybe Gnokey Mobile needs it a lot more. But I'm also not too worried about it. Yeah, let's move on. I don't think it's sufficient to dwell on.
All right, thank you, Yuri and the team. Next demo is Theo with the Intellij plugin. Theo, take it away.
Yep, it's good. I'll share my screen. Okay, so hi everyone. The goal today is to show you the progress on the Intellij plugin. For started, after you clone the repo and run this command, you go to open the Intellij IDE or Gnoland, and you go to the setting, and so the plugin, for my part, the extension is already installed, but you go to the other setting and stay in the plugin cloud disk, and you go to open in the folder Intellij-Gno build distribution. We have the file, it's a build, and open that. So after we have the pop-up for restart IDE. So also the extension it's installed. If you open the GNO file, I don't have the gno.pls binary installed. It will be installed automatically. For example, we have the pop-up for this. After we have the syntax highlighting. This is managed by GNO.pls and using a default color that be customized by the user if needed if you want. And for that, you open also the setting editor and go into the color schema and language default. And this, we have the all token. You have the possibility to change the color if you want. So we have also the IntelliSense. For the example, if you want to see, we have the error of that. The error is just undefined ID. And for that, you just create the file. And we have the proposition, if you want to see, for next and the string. We have also the navigation and documentation. We have the take the most other. We have the doc is here, and if you come and click, we go to the directory for what's in Onbloc. Sorry. If you want the rename the symbol, we have the possibility. If you want, because VC, if you want to change the mem for maybe memlong, you go to the refactor rename and just to change for memlong and refactor. We have the old symbol mem to change for memlong. We have also, if you want to find a reference, you have the possibility to double click on the symbol and you go to and the reference, and we have the all references for the symbol. We have the save action for the implementation. So I'll go to an implementation. We have the all. So this is the all feature for this plugin. And the next feature I'm working on is adding a configuration support of running unit test on a GNO test file. So finally, feel free to test the plugin and share your feedback if you would like. I'm very happy for that. So thank you for listening. Yep, Norman is using GNO.pls. But for using Vict, I use other extension, it's LSP4, and use the GNO.pls for that.
Thank you, Theo. Next up is Gino from Onbloc with the demo of the Adena TX-Link support.
Hi everyone. I can start. So Gino is going to do a short demo of Adena, supporting GNO Connect and TX-Link. Gino, can you share your screen? Hi. I implement TX-Link. This is Gnoland
URL, open, and Adena makes TX, then run transaction data. This is run, then we show GNOscan. This is running transaction. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's making transactions via checks link for the wrapped Gnot problem. Do you want to do the second one, Gino?
Yeah. This is first Gnot deposit. Second transaction is transfer. This is link just function name and arguments input the URL. Then we can transfer Gnot. Then we can check transfer transaction. Then, yeah.
Thank you. And as the next step, we are going to add a way to create or generate this TX link via Adena. So we're gonna start with a number of problems at first, and then expand the problems from there.
Thank you. Can you make a transaction again, please? Well, I have a question about the.
Yeah. This is.
And what I'm wondering is, yeah, that's what I want to know. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That answers it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gino and the Onbloc team. Our last demo for the day is my namesake Nemanja with a visualization of Gnoland. Nemanja, do you want to share your screen?
Sure. Just a second. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So the last few weeks, I've been working on this visualizer tool. Here is represented every package and realm on test 5 currently, and all their imports. Here you can search them or filter them by realms of packages, or just search by name. When you select one of the packages, you can see all the packages that it imports. And if I go to something like UFMT, I can see everything that imports it. So you can see the UFMT is really big in the visualizer because it's imported many times. So this kind of shows which packets are more used than others. Also here you can see it on GnoWeb or GNO Studio. So you can easily go between develop again searching. And also when you click here, you can see it on the graph. Other features it has are the keeping of the creator for now, because this package is gotten from the GitHub monorepo. It just said monorepo. But if I find something that was published using Gnokey, or is it nothing? Probably one of these. No, this one repo too. Yeah, I just can't find it now. Here. This is published using Gnokey. This was gotten from the TX-Index running on test 5. So this is real time what's on test 5. Regarding the architecture, it's pretty simple. It's divided into Golang backend, which gets firstly all the packages from the monorepo, then all from the indexer, combines them, refines the data to get all imports and sort them by name, and sets the REST API that my frontend calls. This is currently hosted on Vercel and Relay, and I can send you the link so you can try it for yourself. And yeah, this is basically it. This is the image of the simplified architecture.
Cool. Can we share this publicly?
Yeah, it's a public repo. I think set a link in the MD file. Can send it here too. Maybe it should be moved to Gnoverse. I talked to Leon about that, but for now it's in under my name on GitHub.
As a reminder, these recordings are public, so anything we show here is going public as well.
Okay.
All right. Looking forward to seeing this on Gnoverse. Thank you, Nemanja. This concludes our demo part. Now we're moving over to discussions. So one topic that I had for the discussion agenda is the faucets for the mainnet beta. So we have the need to build a faucet that would help new users try Gnoland. So since all tokens will be allocated and there's no way for you to buy Gnot tokens, you will have to have a drip faucet where you can get some tokens so you can play around with Gnoland, try and participate in the community. So we spec'd out the draw faucet more or less, but the question is, what about the developers? So what do we need to build in order to help developers build tools, build apps, troubleshoot issues? What is the need that we need to fulfill there? I guess this means you guys don't need tokens. You'll come up with your own way to fulfill the gas needs. Go ahead, Norman.
Yes, we do need, but I'm not sure to understand your question. You're asking if a drip is enough, or if we need like pre-allocated address, or what would be?
Essentially, yes. Personally, I see drip as a very inefficient way if we are talking about, let's say, like a $1 amount per drip. I expect you would hit that limit with 1-2 transactions pretty easily. So what is the ideal solution for you guys?
Maybe having auth in the faucet and whitelist developers so that they can pull more from a drip, or because I don't know if the tokens will have values. Having like preceded address is not really nice. I don't know. Is about thesis or beta? Sorry, maybe I didn't.
For the beta itself, for the test is not an issue, but for the beta, when we launch it, all the tokens will be allocated, and the faucet will be funded by the GovDAO token allocation. So we need to find a way to give you guys enough credits so you can work, but at the same time, these tokens will have a monetary value. You won't be able to buy them right away, but at some point, when we unlock this for the general population, they will have monetary value. So we need to be careful not to just give you guys $1 million worth of GNOT.
I think having higher thresholds for whitelisted developer might be a nice thing on the faucet or something like that. I don't have a better idea right now. Because if it still has some timeout, and you see someone abusing it, you can like remove it from the whitelist.
Fair enough. Dongwon, Kostin, Jeff, do you have any thoughts?
Hard to say at this point, but we can think about it and come back quickly.
Yeah, Nemanja, I'd suggest to give you to talk about it again next, so I can give you some time to reflect about it. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think the main thing we'll be looking at is, the point at which we use the faucet is the point at which we create the key. So, but if it's a drip faucet, does that mean that you might need to come back later and try to get some more?
Yes, that's the idea. So we want to check the existing funds on your wallet before we allocate more, but we want to keep that to a reasonable minimum for an end user. And I feel that developer would be severely hampered by those limitations.
Yeah, maybe a developer for testing, but the end user. So maybe what we need to look at is an extra button in that screen that Yuri just showed where you can ask for more coins. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Thanks.
All right, we'll circle back on this, but it's good to have your feedback, which you gave us right now. Michelle?
Would there be a way for the faucet to also check the cost of your deployment? So if you have a pretty complex deployment, the faucet could check it to make sure what you're requesting is in line with what you've actually deployed and with what you're running?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if we want to introduce that type of complexity. Does anybody have any thoughts?
What was the question?
I guess I'm using Gnomy as my base point, but for the faucet at Mainnet, is there a way for the faucet to maybe, if you make a request, it checks your packages and realms and the gas costs of those packages and realms, and then drips you the amount of funds that correlates with your deployment. So the drip is based on what you've deployed and its activity.
I see.
To be clear, it's doable. It's a question of whether we want to invest time in this.
It seems like it might be gamed to just for spamming. But I mean, I think if people need test coins, we could also just distribute them, but that's manual. Yeah, I think a lot of the testnet stuff we can figure out after launch too. The faucet stuff.
So Jay, are you okay then with tackling these requests ad hoc manually and just keeping the drip faucet basic and just for end users?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At some point, I think it would make sense to maybe like give some tokens for even a credit card purchase. I think that might be legal. Maybe the credit card processor won't allow it.
That might be tricky. We'll have to consult legal on that one. All right, but we essentially have an answer for this topic. So that's the end of our agenda. Does anybody want to bring up any topic now? We still have 11 minutes. All right, I guess we can wrap up early. Thank you for all the awesome demos and for the discussions. And I hope to see you again in 2 weeks' time. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.